Hey, good morning, everybody. What is going on around here? Well, I tell you, we're doing some small block Chevy stuff. Now, you guys know I'm a Mopar man, and I've said before, if you want to keep your fingers greasy, you might have to do some small block Chevy work. Because it's cheap and the parts are plentiful. Unlike Mickey, that we're working on out here, you can't buy parts for. Nobody wants to work on. It's rough, but small block Chevy stuff, we got plenty. And I got two of them sitting here today, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them in a minute. The dogs are going off. Something's going on. I gotta go check it out. I'll be right back. All right, that just turned out to be a test of the emergency bark cast system on the dogs there. What we got here is the 305 that was in the Armadillo, the old GMC Caballero. We'll show you right here. This is what was in it when we got it, and it was a tired old 305. And we put a new cam and lifters in it, new timing chain, new oil pump, aluminum intake. I think it already had the intake on it. A few things, just kind of, and we've drove around like that for quite some time. But it's doing a little bit of smoking. Just smokes more than I do, and generally tired. We had another 305 that had been bored 60 over, with a nice cam and lifters and everything in it that had low miles on it, and new pistons and everything in it. So we had it sitting around here. We said, you know what? This was the night before last. We said, let's switch that out. Let's put that in here. And we had a plan for the parts that we'd put on this one. Probably not going to rebuild this, but we got a plan. I'll show you what the plan is. This is something nice about having a lot of the same thing, whether it be Mopar, Chevy, or Ford. We got a lot of Chevy stuff because we're poor and it's cheap, and plentiful. But you start collecting up some of this stuff, and you'll look around and say, hey, I believe I got enough parts to make something here. So we're going to show. I'll take the camera off the stand there, and I'll show you a few things. Okay, here we go. That's that 305 I was just sitting by. I was talking about new timing chain, cam, and lifters and stuff in it. Pretty low miles on that stuff. New oil pump, and a table full of other goodies, other Chevy goodies. I'll show you some more stuff behind the table that we didn't have room for. Yeah, some peripherals there. Distributor, alternator, starter, stuff like that. This is a 350 4-bolt main that you might remember if you've watched this my channel here a lot. This come out of that van. Right there it is. And it needs a good freshening up. It didn't smoke, and there's not a lot of wear on the motor, but what we thought we could do is take the cam and lifters out of this and the oil pump and put in this. This one had good oil pressure, but we got a new oil pump. We're not going to be using that motor, so we can reuse these parts. These heads are off of another project a long time ago. They're just 194 valve, 75 cc chamber. I can't remember what the number is on them. Nothing special, but they were reconditioned. So we're thinking, we could put together a pretty good little truck motor here just with the parts we got laying around. And we wasn't doing anything with this. So, we'll get us a motor, get it all lined out, and then we will find something to put it in. But for right now, we're going to get this one put together, and maybe I'm thinking of, and we'll see how this turns out, putting it on this little motor stand right here and putting it all together with everything on it and actually starting it up. It's something I've never done before. I have started them up sitting on the ground just, to hear them run a little bit. But, actually start it up, maybe do a little bit of tuning on it. I don't know what I'm going to do for a radiator, but hang with me and we'll find out. Randy, the shop dog. Randy, you don't have to go. Anyway, here's the magic. Here's the good part. We just put the new oil pump on here. We've taken off that engine over there. And I got everything pretty cleaned up. Here's your 4-bolt main, in case you're not familiar with that. Usually they only got 2 bolts, but these have got 4 bolts. And this is just an old cast crank, 350, about a 78 mile, something like that. Still, pretty good motor. We're working on it. Okay, cut to the chase. I got it all back together and got it all dressed up here, got everything back together. And I put these headers on here upside down. I've got this little cart here, check it out. Got the battery hooked up. Honest to goodness, got this gas tank. Check this out. La, 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 la. Awesome. We got that hooked up. Tell you what we're going to do. I'm just going to try it out. Got these headers on here upside down just because why not? And we can run the spark plug wires up under it and let gravity keep everything out of the way. Now I'm gonna try it here. I'm not too sure about this, where the distributor's at. It's always a little hassle here with these Chevys, where you got to line up the oil pump and everything. So I kind of got it in there and it dropped in. I thought, well, that might be okay. It might not. I'm gonna try it here. I got the ignition wire just run over here like this. I'm gonna hook it up to the hot side of the battery. Might have to turn this distributor a time or two before we get her lined up. I do have an actual momentary switch here to do it this way. Let's see what happens. Oh, it almost started. Let's see, which way do I think it needs to go? Advance a little bit. Advance some more. Definitely not. Uh-oh. We got something going on. I haven't pumped this or anything. Give it a couple pumps there. Okay, I believe I'm way out of time here. I thought I had enough room to move this around. See how good it starts now. Get you some of that. Okay, we got a fan. We got a radiator and a fan all hooked up and ready to rock and roll, baby. Electric fan on there with electric tape. This is all just temporary. Let's see what it'll do. We're gonna fire it up and let it run for a minute. All right. Shed sun. Fan runs. Starter button. Yeah! house this morning. I got a hangover and a half a cheese sandwich stuck about right here. This coffee in this place, you can't believe. But we got this going, and don't know what we're going to do with it. But I've got an idea. I'm going to get you guys to chime in and see what you think. I know what you're going to say, but I'm still going to throw it out there, and we'll just see. Here's what I'm thinking. You remember the old Impala? Here it is. This is about the only thing I've got to put this in. Right now, this car doesn't have a title. The body is kind of rough, to say the least. It's got a good frame and everything. What I thought about doing is just making a drag car out of it, gutting it out. You know, taking the interior out of it, gutting it. You know, I don't have to worry about getting anything working. Just get the motor and transmission in it. The problem is the rear end. I don't know what kind of rear end is in it, and it's probably not a great one. And brakes. There's a lot of brake components missing on this thing, and I just love working on brakes. But about anything you get, you're going to have to, especially if it's old like this. So I thought about putting that motor. I've got a 350 turbo transmission, putting it in here. At least it'd be in something if we just putted around with it. And it's not a great big powerful motor, but somewhere to start. Everybody wants to start out on the top. They got to have the best, the fastest, the biggest, stuff like that. No, that's how you start out, you know. Just a regular good old 350 4-bolt main. Get it in here, lighten it up, see how it does. Then you make improvements later on. It's kind of like a video game, you know. You keep adding to it and making better. That's what makes it fun. Just starting out on top with the biggest 454 blower nitrous supercharger slicks this wide, you know. Okay, then what do you do? The fun is starting from the bottom and working your way up. So anyway, that's what I thought about doing. And we'll get your opinion on that. You might say, yeah, do it. It's kind of what I want to do, but man, these brakes, like I said, there's a lot of stuff missing on this, and I probably want to switch it over to disc brakes if I can. And it wouldn't be too terrible bad, but gosh, we'll see what we do. See what you think about it. Put the comments in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. Send me some money and some brake parts. Okay?